Week 9 of the NFL, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Dolphins and the Bears, next on Madden Football.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Miami Dolphins and the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, whatever promise they had to start this season fully evaporated now as they come in losers of 6 straight.
And sometimes when you're in the middle of a losing streak, being on the road is exactly what you want. You can only depend on each other. Let's see if they can use that as fuel in this ball game.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. The Chicago's offense running out, and something they hope to see for years and years to come. Second-year pro Justin Fields leading the way.
Now, the meeting we had with him this week, that's one of the briefer ones we've ever had, isn't it?
He wasn't too happy after last week.
Not happy. Really determined to play a whole lot better, and he really can't play a whole lot worse. He's got to go out and show the team that the goods that he exhibited early are still there. Otherwise, he could lose the confidence that they have in him.
And hoping to get rid of that interception bug. Now Fields going to throw on the first play. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
First carry now for David Montgomery. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On third down, they go Montgomery. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Certainly not the start they were looking for offensively, coming off that loss last week on the road.
And they didn't do their job. They're going to feel poorly about that. But what they're going to do is look at the defense and say, can you pick us up here? And let's face it, defenses can score. We've seen it, right? They can take the ball away, create a big-time opportunity. Let's see if they can get that done.
Yeah, just something to jumpstart this home crowd. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. Fielded just inside the 30. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. And here comes the Miami offense now, and it's the Southpaw in his 3rd season at the wheel for the Fins. Quarterback Tua Tagovailoa.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger, throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 21 carries, 68 yards, and a touchdown.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll run on 1st down. Edmonds slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The Dolphins at 1-7 now on the year. And whatever promise they had to start the season fully evaporated now as they come in losers of 6 straight.
But you know what they often say, winning breeds winning. But unfortunately, the flip side of that can be true as well, because this is a club in desperate need of a spark out of somewhere. A big play on offense, turnover, takeaway on defense, something to get them pointed in the right direction. They need it quickly.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Open man is Waddle, complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Delay of game, offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Another catch there for Waddle. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 31-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds to about the 26 here.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Tua over the middle, complete. It's Hill. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 14. 12 yards there as they move the chains. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Edmonds running out of the shotgun. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They'll run with Edmonds again. And he is out of bounds here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Edmonds will take this in for the Dolphin touchdown. So both sides of the football contributing here early. Their defense forces the punt, and then the offense takes it down the field and punches it in on the short touchdown run.
And, Brandon, that's good complementary football, and that's what they're going to need if they want to get out of here victorious.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. A 10-play drive that time. And it was capped off by the Chase Edmonds touchdown run. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CB, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because, to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Fields. Being chased out left. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a 1st down. So a potential big play by this defense wiped out by the face mask.
And disappointing because it was so unnecessary. They had the sack. But the officials are definitely keeping a close eye on the quarterback, especially the referee. They were able to spot that one immediately.
Now a 1st down throw, Fields. Man open, that's Byron Pringle complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield. 4 yards remain for 2nd down. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
3rd and 2, Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the 2nd quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it 2nd and 7. Around the NFL, a game going on in Washington. 2nd down at 7. Early on, it's the Vikings in the driver's seat. We'll try and keep you updated there as well as the other spots around the league as we move past the halfway point this week in the NFL season. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 27-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
But whenever you call and run the hitch route, a lot of times that ball's got to be in the air before the receiver even turns around. That's the result of throwing it so many times in practice. Is really a timing route. Make sure that ball's out of your hands, and oftentimes the receiver turns around, and there's the ball. Nice completion there.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A nice gain of 21 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a first and goal.
A shotgun snap, Fields. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. That time a 9-play drive. So we'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. Week 9 here in the National Football League. We'll have 9 weeks to go after this. We've got a couple of good matchups in prime time to wrap up the first half of the season. Tonight, Tennessee and KC in the AFC. And then tomorrow night, an interconference matchup. Baltimore and New Orleans from the Superdome. It'll be Edmonds to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Tua. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Tua to Tyreek for the Miami first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Tua now on first down. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
The Bears take over first and 10 at the 44-yard line.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And they will only muster a yard here at the 38.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. On 2nd down, Montgomery. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Miami's offense set and ready to go. 1-7, their record here at the midway point of the season. And right now, this organization, more than likely, if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around in other places. I mean, we've seen 1-7 first halves turn into 5-3 second halves. But with this squad, I think these guys aren't playing to get into the playoffs. They're playing for their jobs. So's the coaching staff. They're coaching for theirs. Front office trying to keep theirs. The heat is on from all directions. And what's interesting is a lot of these guys are playing for jobs and trying to keep their positions. It might be...
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. And they will score a big 6 for a Bears touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, had some blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Dolphins offense returning to the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get...
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. They run. Montgomery. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 45 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Fields. And his throw is incomplete.
I know we're just in the second quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's his second drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields. And he finds Montgomery. And he coughed it up. And I think the offense got it back. They did. Inside the 10-yard line, they avoid disaster.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. Touchdown!
Cole Kmet, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Santos with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Waddle. It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up 2nd down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man, complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 70 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. David Montgomery ready to take the field for the Bears' next possession. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes. Steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. On 2nd and 10, Fields. And he'll find QT on the right side, complete. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Back to throw. Fields steps away. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete. Here's Brett Kern now to punt this one away. Here's Hill on the return. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
Looking to pass. Tua.
The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to... here as we head toward halftime.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Tua sets up to pass it. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Going
throwing up the gut, Montgomery. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. It's a gain of a couple on what should be the final carry of half number 1. Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter.
We welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. Taken in at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Tua and the rest of the Dolphin offense heading back out.
And he's looking to take much better care of the football here in half 2 after 3 first-half interceptions.
We don't have to just look strictly at the numbers here. You know what else happens to a team when you turn it over 3 times like that? It erodes confidence in you. And it erodes confidence in the offense. And now you have the defensive guys looking over and saying, what is going on here? And instead of playing for the team, they're playing angry and mad at their teammates.
In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Tua. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. Tua going to throw. And going deep for Hill. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
To throw again on 2nd down. Tua. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 39. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
On play action, here's Tua. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still 2nd down.
Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete.
And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run with Edmonds, and he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Tua. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
This Bears defense trying to hold on. This is 3rd and goal. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Well, this is the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They'll go for it with Edmonds. And this time he is in.
Yes.
Chase Edmonds. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Dolphins' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21.
Dolphins 21.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete here to Kmet.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the 50, here's Fields. A throw left side taken in by Kmet. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here's the option going left on second down. Nice pickup, 10 yards and a first down on the keeper.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 6-1.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So back now at Soldier Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Running left, Montgomery. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 2nd and 11 now.
Fields got an open man. It's Pringle. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive.
Out of the gun, Fields. This is caught. And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
What a difference a week makes. 5 interceptions in their last game. Here we are, 4th quarter. He's played mistake-free football.
And I'm sure that we can look back on the past week and say, okay, he spent time in the film room and they worked on his mechanic.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Byron Pringle, a 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Bears will add to their 4th quarter lead.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And the Dolphins getting set to go here.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line.
They'll start on the ground with Edmonds. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. They complete it to Hill. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Tua. On the screen, this is Edmonds. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
On second down, this is Edmonds. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Tua's throw is taken in by Waddle. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. They'll come up now on second and a yard. On the handoff, it's Edmonds. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Play action, now it's Tua. On the move to his left. That is incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 16. A good pickup there of 22.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And it's caught. And he's brought down. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. Now a give to Edmonds. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Dolphins have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Taking it about the 1. Here's Dante Pettis on the return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and then, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now it's Fields.
And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Fields finds Komet on the quick slant.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Touchdown, Bears! Byron Pringle, his second touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Santos with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive of 4 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago.
So Tua and the Dolphins down by 10, 2:08 on the clock. They'll have one play, maybe two, before the 2-minute warning as they've got a first down. Tua now on first down.
It's Hill, complete.
And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Here's Tua.
He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Tua to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Fourth down, fourth quarter. Here's Tua. He is going to find Hill here. And he will have a Dolphins first down on a well-designed play there. That gets him 16 to move the chains. Tua. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up second down. Now Tua. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So still a little over 40 seconds to go. Time enough to put a drive together if they can get this onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Bears, and it appears they're going to win this game. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who